I know that 95% of recruiters hate cold calling, they don't see the value in it, and they think it's a complete waste of time. And to be honest, you're probably right in this day and age. If you want to know how you can increase sales and generate more opportunities for yourself, then watch this video until the very end. Cold calling used to be how we did things in recruitment. If you're a bit of a recruitment dinosaur like I am, you'll understand that the only way that we used to reach people was to cold call. LinkedIn was around, but it wasn't the big fancy platform that it is now where everybody's on there. Of course, we did also use email. I'm not that old, but it just didn't have the same effect as a call, and everybody wanted to receive a call back then. In order to do business, sometimes we would even call 100 people per day to get in front of them. The world has completely shifted, and what people respond best to these days is value-based selling. Value-based selling is when you're adding value to your target market without actually directly selling. What that means is that you're building your credibility and your target market is starting to notice you because you're adding so much value to them and you're helping them with solving their problems. Over time, this builds trust and therefore they'll be more likely to use you over another consultant who doesn't have any kind of personal brand or focuses on adding value. One of the best things about value-based selling is that you're cutting out so many layers of interaction. So I'm sure you've all heard that it takes between 8 to 10 times of contacting somebody before they get back to you. I would say that's probably true still if you are cold calling, but if you're adding value constantly on LinkedIn and you're posting daily, those touch points can be easily achieved in just a couple of weeks. Now, before we get into all of that, for those of you who are new here, I'm Jessica Kimber, a recruiter with over 14 years experience and a track record of placing thousands of people into employment worldwide. I specialize in placing trainee and experienced recruiters into agency or in-house roles, and on my channel, I talk about the job market, recruitment itself, and how to succeed in this industry. As someone who is obsessed with personal development, my advice is always given with the intention of helping you gain competitive edge over fellow recruiters to become a top 1% recruiter yourself. Now, being in the thick of the digital age where automation is changing so much in a recruiter's role, it is important that you adapt. Over the next 2 to 3 years, a recruiter's role will entirely change. Automation will take on duties of a 180 consultant or a resourcer, where they're searching databases in a matter of seconds, they're qualifying candidates, they're making the initial contact, they're asking for resumes and updating the system, they're coordinating appointments, they're requesting reference checks and completing compliance. If you're sat there thinking, that is about 80% of my current role, make the changes now so that you can succeed in a changing industry. Now, in order for this to work for you, you need to be seen. People need to know who you are, what you do, and where they can find you. It's important to note as well that it's actually not about you anymore or what you can sell them. The only thing that matters moving forward is how do your customers feel when they interact with you. You need to stop focusing on selling and start focusing on adding value. The easiest way to do this is by building your personal brand. Your personal brand is all about who you are and what you stand for. It's the message and the story that you put out there into the world in order to speak to your target audience. Building a personal brand builds trust and it also showcases your credibility. It actually doesn't matter how much you've got up here if nobody knows what you do or what you're all about. You could have 20 years industry experience, be the most amazing recruiter that bills $1 million a year. If nobody knows that, there's no real good reason for them to use you. You could be up against recruiters with just 1 year experience who have really understood this and worked hard on their personal brand, and their clients trust them more than they trust you. In today's world, clients and candidates, they want to make a decision right now. It's all about instant gratification, and they will trust what they see online and social proof. If your personal brand is building, people are interacting with you, liking what you say, agreeing with you, and you're looking credible, you have a massive advantage over people who just do not post. People want tailored solutions, proof it works, and they want to know that you know what you're talking about. The recruitment world is highly saturated and your clients are probably getting 10 other emails by other recruiters every single day. So what are you doing to stand out? Now, there are 5 steps that I would say are crucial to your success in this. Number 1 is build a base of people. Now, pick your platform of choice. If you're a recruiter, my advice to you is to use LinkedIn because you probably use LinkedIn Recruiter or you actually advertise jobs. So your target market is hanging out in your network. If you wanted to create a TikTok, an Instagram, a Facebook, do whatever you need to do, but just make sure you know how to reach your target audience. Make sure the people in your network are people that you can actually add value to. The second step is adding unbelievable value for free. You need to stop posting that you've got jobs, you've got your star candidate of the week, and that being the only thing that your audience sees from you. If that's all you're posting, your audience thinks you just want to sell to them. They've got no compelling reason to actually trust you. Before you post absolutely anything, make sure you're asking yourself, does this add value to the people that I'm trying to speak to? If it doesn't, don't post it. Now, the third step is to find out what actually matters to your target audience. What's the largest pain point in their industry? For example, I recruit recruiters, and I know that the biggest pain point in my industry is people not wanting to do business development or having a fear of business development. So what you'll notice is that a lot of content that I post is to help people overcome this fear and add value. Through that, I get a lot of inbound leads because candidates trust me and they genuinely believe that I can help them because of what I post. It wouldn't be overly relevant for me to start posting tips and tricks on how to do the perfect reference because AI and systems actually take this process away in most agencies. So it's a complete waste of time me posting that. As I mentioned, find out what does matter and don't post anything but that. The fourth step, and probably the most important, is to show your audience that what you're posting about really matters to you and show that you're passionate. People aren't silly and they can smell BS a mile away. If you're posting some airy-fairy content, people will see right through that. You need to allow your passion to shine through and really show that you care. Having that empathetic approach is what's going to make you stand out from others. Now, the fifth step is that you need to interact with your audience. Speak to them, message them. If somebody likes your new post, make sure you send them a quick message to thank them and just genuinely go out there to connect with people and build relationships. Don't just try and sell them something. Have no agenda. This is how you're going to build real connections with real people in your audience, and nobody else is doing it. This is going to get you so many leads, inbound referrals. It's going to build your trust, your credibility, and your authority. And with every single post, you can reach thousands of people. I am genuinely so passionate that this is the new way of working moving forward. Gone are the days where it's one candidate call, one qualification call, one message to a client. It's just too slow, and like I said, automation is taking over that part of our role. If you want to stand out and succeed in the recruitment world 5-10 years from now, you need to be value-based selling, building your network, building your credibility, your authority, and relationships in your space. Now, if you want to see exactly how I do this, don't forget to follow me on LinkedIn. It's just Jessica Kimber. Observe closely what I do. There's genuinely no secret to success. Yes, there's formulas and there's strategies. So if you look closely, you'll be able to work mine out. That's all from this video. If you got anything out of it or a new idea to effectively reach your clients, then give me a thumbs up and hit subscribe. I'll also be posting videos just like this one weekly, so be sure to turn the bell on to be notified of any new content so that you can become a top 1% recruiter in your niche.